Hey guys, this is a response video for Last Venom 76. He created a tag video titled My Top 20 Favorite Horror Films of the 2000s. And I think I'm the last one to do this. I know Andrew Ballina's done one, The Horror Man, The Horror Fan Man, Horror and Taj. A lot of you guys have done this. The reason why I'm so late is a lot of my collection is boxed up, and I had to go down and hunt a lot of these movies. I will say one thing before I get into my top 20 though. I decided not to add any horror comedies, so you won't see any of those. I wanted to make it straight horror films. All right, so at number 20 we have I Spit on Your Grave 3, and this is a direct sequel to the first one, the remake. And essentially the girl from the first film has now gone insane, and she is roaming the streets of the city she lives in, and she's hunting down sexual predators. This is a really cool film. I really do enjoy this one a lot, and that's why it made my list. All right. At number 19, we have Oculus, and this one stars Karen Gillan and Katie Sackhoff. Essentially, Karen Gillan plays this young woman that she had this family tragedy happen when she was very young, and it had to do with this mirror, and her brother has ended up being institutionalized because of an event that happened at the house. But she wants to prove that it was this mirror, so she's got a hold of the mirror again, and she's put up these cameras up around the house, and she's documenting what the things that happen with this mirror. This is a really cool film. This is my favorite of the cursed mirror type movies, and that's why it makes my list at number 19. Okay, at number 18 we have Splinter. This is a really cool film. This one essentially, it's about this weird creature that's made up of spikes, and if it were to prick you, you become infected, kind of like in The Thing. But the thing is, when you move it, you don't move normally. When you move more alien-like. This is a really cool film. I really do enjoy this one a lot. I don't want to get too much into the plot of this one if you haven't seen it, but it's a decent watch. It's worth checking out. Okay, at number 17 we have 30 Days of Night. This is my favorite vampire film of the 2000s. This one's based on a graphic novel. Essentially, these vampires go to Alaska essentially when there's 30 days of night, and like the people have to fend for themselves, and there's no daylight to save them. I love the look of the vampires in this. They look more like monsters in the teeth. Such a great movie. All right, at number 16 we have The Guest, and this was directed by Ty West. Essentially, in this film, Dan Stevens plays this Iraq war vet, and he goes to stay with this family that lost their son, and he claims to be a friend of the family. He's got a picture of them in there, but essentially there's something else going on with this guy that causes problems for the family. This is a really cool film. I really do enjoy this one a lot, so that's why I made my list at number 16. All right, at number 17 we have Proxy, and I really do love this film a lot. I actually watched this one on YouTube when it was up, and I just had to have it. Essentially, I'll just talk about the beginning of the film because I don't want to spoil anything with this one. This is about a young woman, a young pregnant woman that's attacked, and she ends up losing her baby. And it kind of goes on from there. I don't want to get into the reasons behind anything, but this is a really cool film. It's very, if you can get past the first 5 minutes, it's worth watching, essentially. All right. At number 14, oh, I got it upside down. We have The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This one stars Emil Hirsch and Brian Cox, and they play these two coroners that have this mysterious body that's not rotting, and they're trying to do an autopsy on it and figure out what's going on, and all this weird stuff starts happening. This is a really cool film, really claustrophobic as well, since the morgue they're working is actually in the basement of this small house. This is a really cool film. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. All right, let's see here. This is number 13. We have Starry Eyes, and this one's about a young woman who sells her soul to become famous in Hollywood. This is a really cool film. I really do enjoy this one a lot. I don't want to spoil anything with this one as well, but it's worth checking out. All right. At number 12, we have From Within, and essentially this film is about the small town where they accuse this family of being witches, and something happens and the mother is killed, and one of her children creates a curse with the intent of wiping out the town. This is a really cool film. I really do enjoy this one. This is one of my favorite blind buys. So that's From Within. All right, at number 11 we have Sinister, and this one stars Ethan Hawke, and essentially he's this true crime writer who hasn't had a hit book in a while, and he keeps doing stuff to try to spark some creative energy. So he decides to move into a house where the entire family was slaughtered, and he brings his family in there too. But then he discovers that there's something more to these murders than just what he thought, and it's actually supernatural in nature, and now he's endangering his family. I really like this. This is an awesome film. I love the soundtrack to this one. It's got a great soundtrack. Don't bother with the sequel, though. All right, now we're on to the top 10. All right. At number 10, we have Bedeviled. And this is a Korean film. And this is about two female friends. And the one friend is living on an island, and the other one's become successful living in the city. And the one on the island writes a letter to her friend asking her to come visit. But the reality of the situation is more serious than just coming to visit, because she's being abused by her husband's family. And she's hoping that she wants to leave with her young daughter with her friend and get away from them. But things don't turn out so well. So she turns to revenge. This is an awesome film, and it's also a very sad film. But it's also very gory as well. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. So Bedeviled at number 10. All right, at number 9, we have No One Lives. And this is an awesome film. This is actually a WWE movie. Essentially, this film has a group of bad guys that they're killing people, they're robbing houses and stuff, and then they run afoul of some people that are worse than them. That's as far as I'll get into that one, because this one's best to watch but going in cold, so don't watch the trailer for this one if you haven't seen it. Just check it out. All right, so number 9, No One Lives. All right, at number 8, we have The Woman. And I think this one's a sequel to The Offspring, because I think Pollyanna McIntosh plays the same character in that film and this film, and I think she's like this wild woman, and she gets captured by this family, and the husband's trying to break her and make her more civilized for some reason. I won't spoil this one either, because there's some twists in this one as well, but I really do love this film. Okay, we'll see here. At number 7, we have the Evil Dead remake. Really do love this film a lot. I love the gore in this one. I love they got back to the gore. I love they got away from the comedy of the sequels. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I do enjoy this film a fair bit. So, number 7, the Evil Dead remake. Yes. All right. At number 6, we have The Loved Ones. This is an Australian film from 2009, although we didn't get this released in 2012 and only on DVD, so I need to upgrade at some point. Essentially, this is about a young girl that really wants to date to the prom, and so she has her dad kidnap somebody and force him to become her prom date. This is a really awesome film. I really do enjoy this one a lot. All right, now we're on to the top 5. All right, at number 5, we have We Are Still Here, and this one stars Barbara Crampton, and she plays this young, well, she doesn't play young anymore, but she plays this mother who's lost her son. So her and her husband move into this house, but there's something wrong with this house, and the people in the town seem to know about it. This is a really awesome film. This one mixes in like Lovecraft and Lucio Fulci. It's a really, really awesome film. I really do enjoy this one. So we're still here at number 5. At number 4, we have the Maniac remake, the Maniac remake. Yeah, or whatever. So this one is a POV horror film. I really do enjoy this one. I didn't think I'd love this one so much when I first heard about that they're doing this remake. You know, you got Elijah Wood playing the Maniac, which I thought he was totally wrong for the role, but he makes it work. This is very gory as well. Pretty cool. All right. At number 3, we have Inside, and this is my favorite of the big four French horror films of the first half of the 2000s. Essentially, this one's about this pregnant woman that's being menaced by this crazy lady who's at her home. This film is very gory as well. Really do enjoy this one a lot. All right. At number 2, we have The Descent, and this is about these women that go splunking and they run afoul of these cannibalistic creatures. I really do enjoy this one a lot. This one really surprised me back in the day. This is my favorite film of the first half of the 2000s. All right, and last up, we have It Follows at number 1. Really do enjoy this film a lot. This is a great film, kind of like a weird chain letter curse. Don't want to spoil this one if you haven't seen it, but I really do enjoy this one a lot. I know the Horror Fan Man has got like at least 20 copies of this one from all over the world. All right, guys, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.